This video is brought to you by Patterson Car Care. Get double of premium original detail product for half the price. Head over to PattersonCarCare.com or go to the link in the description below. The Honda Civic Type R has been out a while now. I think it's an incredible hot hatch that does the job, has incredible handling, and is overall very impressive. However, I always thought that the Civic Type R was missing something. Whether it was the VTEC scream from a K series or a B series, but today, I think this is all going to change. This is a full bolt-on Type R with rolling anti-lag. So hop on in and let me tell you why I think this fixes everything I didn't like about the Type R. Hey, welcome back to another Honda Civic Type R. I've driven a bone stock one that was provided by Honda back in the day. I've driven a pure turbocharged one with a bigger turbo on it in the Hybrid Racing short shifter by Hybrid Racing. This is a full bolt-on Honda Civic Type R. And the reason I want to do it is because this is typically what most people would do if they got the Honda Civic Type R, just bolt-ons and daily drive it. So let's see how it does on the mountains, and I'm excited because these cars are great. I do have to admit, the factory Type R is great, but I felt like it didn't have a lot of character in the driving experience. Like, looks-wise, has plenty of character, right? Big wing, crazy diffusers, all that good stuff. But the sound I didn't like that much. The exhaust looked kind of weird with the triple setup for me. I wasn't into the full package stock. But full bolt-on, this thing rips. It's such a different car in every single way. Here we go, 3, 2, 1. Two-step is so easy and fun to do. I'd get in so much trouble if I had this two-step. I'd be doing it all the time. I also have to say, if you are wondering, yes, this car is wrapped. So this car was wrapped in Dalton, Georgia, and honestly, it's mostly this kind of copper color. On pictures and video, it's really hard to get, but there's some reds and a little bit of pinks and just a variety of kind of a chameleon on it. But that was a Ducati. He was moving. With all these new cars with factory rev matching, I keep rev matching over the factory rev matching. He also added another roof wing on it, so it's like crazy whale tail on the back and the roof wing. And when you open the Type R, all you see is red. Like, it's just red everywhere. The seats, the dash, digital dash has red. There's pinstripes on the dash here. Not a fan of the fake carbon fiber on the dash, not really into that. So when you open up this door, you better like the color red, because that's what you get with the factory Type R and this Type R. Look at that. Way more turbo noise. The blowout valve makes it a more exciting experience to go through shifts. Like, you don't get that when you get this factory. God bless you. One I drove with the muffler delete had a little bit more drone than this one does. This one has full exhaust all the way back, and that kind of evens everything out, kind of irons it all out. All right, 40 roll. Spinning tires. Oh, shoot. And the thing is that the Veloster N, man, that car can compete with this thing 100%. In fact, the owner of this car said had he had known that car was coming sooner, he would have gotten that car instead. That was a Busa. However, does that mean that this car doesn't live up to that Veloster N? No. The Type R, though, it should be faster than the Veloster N, right? Veloster N has the same fun factor as this car in a lot of ways, in my opinion. This car is just faster. And it's quite a bit faster with these bolt-ons. Like, this is much faster than stock, because third gear in this car freaking rips. I've always noticed that the first and second gear in this car are kind of slow, and then in third gear you're just mobbing. You're hauling in this thing. With all of these sights and sounds, I feel like I'm finally driving a Honda again. Factory, this did not feel like a Honda. It didn't make a loud VTEC noise or anything. This doesn't really either. It doesn't have that K-Series or B-Series scream that the old NA motors did, but this kind of makes up for it because of how it's distributing the power. Torque steer, non-existent. Not a thing. I know a lot of people are gonna say that. Sure, if you hit a big bump, you're gonna notice it's front wheel drive, right? It's not a big deal. But overall, it drives a lot like an all-wheel drive car, which is pretty nuts. This car is making me say woo out loud, like woo. Does that mean I'm turning into a woo girl? That's unfortunate. You'll get the reference. This is what I wanted the Type R to be from the factory, dude. This is what I envisioned. I feel bad for saying this. I really wasn't expecting too much out of this today. But it's so freaking fun, dude. That anti-lag changes the entire character of this car. The Type R stock goes from this kind of robotic feeling car that just does the job. This has character, this has personality, this is fun. This does everything the Veloster N does stock. And that's why I was loving the Veloster N. And here I am in the Type R. I'm impressed. I am impressed with this for sure. I feel bad for ever dissing the Type R now, but you know what? Not really, because stock, it just isn't there for me. Like, it works, it drives amazing, and it does its job, but it didn't make me feel all giddy inside, right? It didn't make me have emotion. Buying a sports car of any kind is an emotional decision. It's emotional. There is no point to buy a car like this at all. Yet we do, because we're car people. We want a thrilling experience. And Type R with bolt-ons, the blow-off valve. This feels like I'm driving a Honda in the future. Future! I could do that all day long, dude. You don't have a lot of the problems in this car that a lot of other front wheel drive cars have. Like when I was in that Speed 3, I had to keep watching out for divots in the road. This goes right over them, not a problem. All right, I'm about to exit, I'm about to exit, I'm about to exit. You know what, that's not that beneficial, it's just fun. It's too convenient, that's the problem. Okay, it's not a problem, it's amazing. It is a different car in every single way. And I don't say that often. This is a different car. It is not the same one. It's really hard for me to recommend a hot hatch now. Driven them all. Still think the Focus RS has a lot of character, but after driving this, it might be tied. It's pretty close. I was pretty hardcore about that. The Mazda Speed 3, even though it's not made anymore, that one's the wild one. That's the crazy one. If you want to risk your life, that's the one you drive. That was an MR2. If you want something that meets in the middle, Focus ST, Fiesta ST is a go-kart. If you don't care about horsepower and you just want really great handling, Fiesta ST is great. Golf GTI, it's kind of the middle ground for me. I think it's a great car, but it's not as fun as these. Veloster N is probably the best value for the money. Honda Civic Type R, little too expensive for my taste, until you get it to this. Woo! All right, you guys, what do you guys think about a fully bolt-on Type R that's been modified, that's been loved by an owner, not some factory car, right? And I will see you guys next time. Take it easy, man. Have a good one.